welcome back. We're still in conversation about the Eastern Cape today. And in fact, one question that we want to ask, and I'm glad that we have a few MECs here joining us. And one question I'm going to put through to the MEC for Sport, MEC Jordaan. The Eastern Cape has produced boxers for years and years and years, and it's kind of known as the home of boxing. And I'm just wondering, and people are wondering, what's happened to that richness? What are we doing to regenerate that? MEC? If we could get a microphone to MEC there.
Thank you very much, Peter, and you was at home. Indeed, we are not just a home of legend, we are a home of boxing. Other provinces are just rooms of boxing. And we have a clear program wherein we are developing boxers at Sanabo level, and we are funding development of boxers. Why boxing was seen not to be very active in the Eastern Cape is because of SABC. When you went away for 5 years, there was lull on TV, but there was a lot of activity in the Eastern Cape. And even now, we have produced the world champions.
Okay. All right. So we're going to see more world champions coming out shortly. As long as SABC broadcasts the bouts. Is that what you're saying? Okay. All right. Well, you know that it's back. So these are exciting times. Tembile is on table number 15. Table 15. If you could stand up, we'll get a microphone to you, Tembile.
Morning, everybody. I'm here for the benefit of those who may not know me. I'm Tembile Nakimagina. A very nice man, a very good man.
Yeah.
I'm the president of South African Military Veterans Association and the acting treasurer of Military Veterans Association. I'm standing here as our king.
All right, I'm going to get another microphone to you because there seems to be a problem with that one. Even though we can hear, there's another. Yeah, there's a microphone coming to you right now. There we go. I think it's because you blew into it too hard. Oh, Kosiam. Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
Well, I'm asking the king because for a long time, we've been asking that there be job opportunities for military veterans. You know, here we've got people who sacrifice everything to earn, to make sure that South Africa is revived. And as you see now, we are the most people that have been for a very long time neglected. Of course, we do understand now with this community government, we are having an act. We are having an act that is to help. But we are saying now, because the Department of Military Veterans that we fought for in our conferences is not doing well to address our problems. I don't know whether we deployed wrong people. You know? Because when we're outside, we're saying that when we come here, we will deploy our people in strategic positions. And we have neglected that. I don't know why. But we are asking now, irrespective of the Department of Military Veterans that I'm saying is not delivering well, that I'm asking the Premier to interact with his departments as a way of trying to get job opportunities for the military veterans. Secondly, Premier, we are asking you, I'm talking this to you now as Samva President and to you as Premier of Eastern Cape. I'm asking you to avail some offices for our provincial structure. Because as I'm looking at these guys, if they work from the boot of their cars, they will never deliver to that constituency, which is the military veterans.
Okay. Thank you
I
very
think,
much indeed.
and another thing is that the Premier, we have talked to you, and you have talked to us. There was a meeting, I appreciate that. But practically on the ground, nothing is taking shape. We are saying today, when we come next time, we want to say, oh, our Premier, from the last time we talked, there's something that has happened.
Okay.
I thank you.
Okay, so very pointed remarks.
No, thank you very much. It is to say that working with the Department of Military Veterans, the concern is not just about work opportunities, it is also about the well-being of military veterans. We are having numerous programs, even set-asides elsewhere in our housing delivery program. There's always a set-aside for military veterans in any housing project you see in the province, so as to make for that. We also, I think the issues about the accommodation and the rest were matters to be dealt with between the DMV nationally. The Deputy Minister would have been here for that, and I'm happy the President is aware of that. Perhaps it would be a way of saying on his part, where there is something not working, let's go back to where we sat so as to deal with those matters. But I'm very happy that he's brought to their attention that there are still some hiccups in that respect.
All right, but there's an energy, things are going to happen. The next time he sees you, he'll be able to say you've done X, Y, Z.
Yeah, you see, the President is up there.
Yeah.
I was not speaking to the President.
Yes.
Those fellows who are here,
Yeah.
It's them who we must actually
right.
proceed with the matter, and I'm sure we will do that.
The other thing is, the PAC marched to King Williamstown Magistrates Court not so long ago. Prisoners jailed under apartheid laws before '94. Why are they still in jail? What can we do for them?
Well, that's a matter that the Justice Department is seized with, but certainly we've gone through quite a number of processes as a country. There was the Truth and Reconciliation Commission. Matters that came before that, I think they were dealt with. Those that for reasons that can't be explained couldn't go through that, perhaps are matters that can be dealt with on a specific case-by-case basis. But certainly there shouldn't be anyone behind bars for an offense that one never committed, or perhaps where one had the opportunity to come in the open about what that, in terms of the requirements of that. I guess some of the things need us to speak to the specific of the case, because one case is different from the other.
Okay, MEC Xasa, it's that time of the year. Young boys go into the mountains to become men, and sadly, some of them don't come back. And some of them end up in hospital, maimed, castrated, and permanent damage. What are we doing to solve this problem?
We are also concerned as government, in that as a province, we seemingly rating very high in terms of the deaths. We thought we had concrete plans that we thought were going to work, collaborating with traditional leaders, Department of Health, Social Development, South African Police Service, everybody. But it looks like we will only get this attended to if parents can be serious about their children. Because it's parents actually who are supposed to take decisions. To say, I'm taking my child to this so-and-so who is a traditional surgeon, is going to be safe there. But it looks like that is not happening. I think that's where we want to emphasize, to say, parents, if your children are getting kidnapped, you must open cases for that. We will also strengthen the law that governs this. We have got a bill already with the Eastern Cape Provincial Legislature where we want to criminalize some of the acts that are getting conducted. It's not spread across the province. It's concentrated mainly around OR Tambo. We do here and there get one boy, who we lose, but around OR Tambo, the problem of young boys, underage, dehydration, and some who do not want to allow medication into the initiation schools. So there are a few things that we think we should do, deal with them. Also, what is strange now, which is something that we have observed seriously this term, is the beating of the boys in the initiation schools. It's something that but parents are not cooperating as well. When we want to deal with some of the criminal elements there, parents do not want to come forward. So basically, that's what we deal with.
Is there a conversation taking place with the traditional leaders? Because perhaps, it's an ancient practice, but maybe there could be a modernization of that practice that will help.
Yes, there is a conversation along those lines. We do allow professional people to come in, depending on it's the decision of the parents to start with. We do allow them. We do agree with traditional leaders to say medication. When somebody who is asthmatic gets into this, there's no way you can change that. And also some of the deaths that we experience are called by septicemia, which I believe it's something that you cannot treat without antibiotics. So those are allowed. That's the campaign that we are having together with the traditional leaders to say these boys now are no longer like us. They are not as strong. So we should allow some of these things to get into that.
All right.
Thanks.
Okay, so what we're going to do now is there are many people who couldn't be here. So what we often do is go out onto the streets with a camera and a microphone just to get a sense of what people, ordinary people, are feeling and some of the questions and comments that they'd like to make to you directly, Premier, and also to the Mayor. So let's play that tape now and just get a sense of what people are saying. So I'm going to ask my desk to just put up the volume for the studio in Johannesburg.
First of all, Danny Jordaan, the community, I think they must work together with him, especially in the northern areas where the gangs, they are, how can I say, it's like they shoot each other and whatsoever, and I don't think that's the way that we are looking at our next generations, you see. And it's not lucky to see that the youngsters are getting killed by stray bullets and whatsoever.
Nelson Mandela Metro Municipality is so low because there are not so many, facilities that can improve our academically status and our, our facilities. People of Nelson Mandela Bay, from Nelson Mandela Bay, they go out of the province because they're looking for more better opportunities outside. For example, they go to Cape Town for studying there. They go to Johannesburg for jobs and to improve their careers, because there are no facilities that can help us as youth in Nelson Mandela Bay to improve our studies and to improve our skills, to develop them and stuff.
The problem now is crime. Young people, they are busy with drugs, all those stuff, and they are doing the wrong thing. If they try to give us the jobs or the projects, anything that can keep young people so busy, I think that's a good for me.
Yeah, I'm expecting him to create jobs for us because we are lacking in jobs in the location. Most of the guys are standing in the corners, busy hustling, busy out doing us breaking. All of those kind of stuff.
Only works and sleeps. There's no South African like that.
Yeah.
We all have our full-time jobs and our passion. And this passion of mine in football, I started at the age of 9, and I'm not going to stop it now. I'm a volunteer, non-paid. I do it because I love the sport. I get not a penny. And those who want to investigate can investigate. I don't have a credit card from SAFA, don't have nothing. I do it because I love it.
So are you saying you were unemployed before you got this job at
Yes. I was living off my pension.
Okay.
I was a pensioner, so I came out of pension, retirement, and became the mayor. But no, I think every South African has a full-time job and a passion where you do voluntary charity work, and my contribution to football is on a voluntary basis.
All right, okay. We're going to go to table number 6, where we'll find Nomzamo Sambu. Table number 6. No.
Oh, sorry. Thank you, Program Director. I'm Nomzamo Sambu. I'm staying here to Zakhele Location PE. I'm just talking to about my language, because at that time I'm there to East London. I'm talking English, but now there's nothing after that time. Program Director apha ndize ngoward la women in agriculture and rural development. Umbutho wamakhosikazi ozolimo ithi ke ingxaki yethu thina kwezolimo singamakhosikazi ayikho ifama enikwa amakhosikazi and kudala. Secondly, ne youth yeyard abanayo ifama, kodwa xa usiya eLimpopo usiya eMpumalanga Northern Cape Mr. Nkwinti uyazinikezela ifama pha. Andiyazi uba uzalelwe apha ngwalapha ekusuppose uqala atshayele ekhaya, awunayo utshayele estratweni indlu yakho igcwele inkukuma. Ndicela uminister okanye uMEC eze azosinika ifama singamakhosikazi. Umzekelo, sine women entrepreneur le sizayingelela nangoku. Silima esigadini, inkomo abafuyi zisezitratweni, bayaphela abantu, zigila abantu ezindleleni. Ithi ke ngokulonto sicela ifama bethuna kunini ngoko silindi siyaguga ngoku sizaba zipensioner siyaguga asikwazi ngoku saziphatha kanjani ifama xa sifumene. Siyacela ku government makasihoye sile women in agriculture kuthiwa nguward. Ndiyabulela kakhulu enkosi.
Okay, so the role of women in agriculture. And in fact, there's a statistic that I saw the other day. The 70% of the agriculture that happens in Africa across the continent involve women. And so very important comments that are being made by this lady. And I'm just wondering your thoughts. And I don't know if the MEC for Agriculture is here as well that could help with that. Okay, all right.
No, thank you very much, Peter. I think we must appreciate the comments Umama has made. They are one of the stakeholders we are constantly engaging with. We do interact at provincial platforms with them. I think the question is really land hunger, how we could assist working with the National Department of Rural Development to have more farms released to women. It is true that many of the households in the Eastern Cape are predominantly headed by women, and there is a lot of fallow lands that could be available for agricultural development, and women will play a critical role in that. Where I accept what we need to do is to talk to the Minister Nkwinti closer here. He does come here often, and I think it's something that we could then raise the question of the need for land, particularly for women. If you can permit me, I just wanted to add to the issue about many deaths we experience. And I must say that it's a very sad thing. One death is one too many. We don't need any such. There is a safe way. It's provided free of charge by the Department of Health. However, it is resisted. I guess we've got to confront that matter together with traditional leaders, because it cannot be at this day and age where there are medically safe means of achieving this are simply just ignored. Literally, we've got to hunt people to save them. It's not on.
Does that not mean making it law and enforcing it?
Part of the process we're undergoing now is meant as well to get us to that point, because there's a law, a bill that is issued for public comments right now, and we would invite input, including from traditional leaders, so that we can affirm that it's really not okay.
Okay. Malebo on Twitter says, how does Danny plan to limit political interference in administration of municipality, especially recruitment?
Sorry?
He says, how do you plan to limit political interference in the administration of municipality, especially in recruitment? So he's saying, we talk about deployment all the time, and it's a reality, but he's concerned that there's political interference in that process. How are you going to manage that?
No, we have a city manager, and the city manager is responsible for the administration, and he must run the administration and account to us. That's it. If anybody phones him to give him instructions from outside, then he is in trouble.
Okay.
So I think we are very clear on that. We are not going to be undermined by the city manager, or anybody for that matter, taking instructions from outside the authorized structure of the city.
Mtsi, your municipality has come with a little bit of history of divisions, and I'm just wondering, is that now settled? Is squabbling and the fighting, has that come to an end?
Yeah. Well, thank you very much, Peter. It's true. I mean, from what you would read from the media, from what you would read from the Auditor General's report, the reflection is that the PCM is characterized by political infighting, and that being pointed to the leadership of both the political and the administration. Of course, it is a challenge that has been there for a while. But I think thanks for I hope the intervention that has been recently made, which resulted in me sitting here. And surely is a realization that the challenge is there and there has to be a solution to it. But perhaps to try and reflect to that, because the consequences of that situation living with us for a while are detrimental to service delivery. There is no doubt about that. But it is not a unique challenge across the country. If you read the diagnostic report from Cogta National, it does reflect that in many municipalities there's been this kind of a challenge. But nevertheless, the biggest thing that we thought on our part in addressing the issue is to address the whole question of political management, addressing the issues of governance and role definition. Okay? So the issues of governance starting from your troika, and we have realized that there have been challenges at the level of the troika being dysfunctional to some stage, and ensuring that the schedule of meetings as planned do take place. So I think that's one area that we, with the 3 weeks that we've been there, we managed to address that. We know that every Tuesday, the MM and the mayor sit down and hold meetings. And that is an arrangement that we have agreed upon. Every Friday, the Troika sits. But it goes beyond that, because the challenge is that the problem permeates from the top structure to the lower structures, affecting the council. It makes sometimes it difficult for the council to take uniform decisions because of some divisions, some supporting the mayor, some supporting the municipal manager. I'm raising that hypothetically But reflections on the ground may lead to that. Sometimes we would find that it's difficult for the council to take this. Some would march out and some would disagree and so forth. So I'm saying that those are potential consequences, but on our part, we are at the moment, within the 3 weeks, confident that so far, so good, because there is good working relations. And we hope that it's not going to collapse on the way.
All right, okay. We have to take a quick break, but when we come back, Sobuza has written and he wants to know, what are you doing about the potholes and the poor roads conditions in East London? So you can answer that question after this break. Stay with us.